Let's talk about the title of today's thing, and that is Dara had sold 500,000 shares of Uber stock very
That's a lot.
recently, which equates to $35,957,114. Holy crap. So the question is, does he know something that we don't, or is he getting ready to jump ship?
Well, Uber earnings are in August, first week of August.
Very soon, yep.
So this is when I plug my finance channel at Sergio Avidian, completely separate. I'm teaching you guys how to make money, trading, and other things. Go subscribe, please. I'm almost at 1,000. Get me to 1,000 subscribers. So Uber CEO. Now, a lot of people are going to say, insider trading. He knows stuff. I mean, first of all, a CEO about 2-3 weeks before earnings selling. Okay, this is not 5,000 shares. This is 500,000 shares. That's a lot of his holdings. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And before this, I think he owned 1.2 million shares. Okay. And 500,000 shares of 1.2 million is close to 40% of his holdings. So CEOs don't sell like that. However, before you jump the gun and all of you said, oh, insider trading, whatever. Okay. These are all called 501B transactions. And they're pre-ordained, like pre-announced. What is not announced is when. Like they will say between July 1 and July 30, I want to sell 500,000 shares, and they give it to a prime broker, and then prime broker will sell it at different prices. And then we'll fulfill the order, basically, right? He could be using the money for taxes. He could be using the money to buy a yacht. He could be whatever. Not the point. So this was a pre-planned sale, but the size of the sale was really, really an eye-opener, okay? As a Goldman alum who spent a career looking at this stuff, it's not an awesome stat linking personal stuff to selling. He didn't get paid under Barry Diller. He hasn't been paid. Not sure about that. No, not really. I mean, look, he's been at Uber for, he was at Expedia. He did fine at Expedia, Tim. You can email me on this subject, sergio@rideshareguy.com. But I think he did well at Expedia. I do follow these things, by the way. I know about finance about 10x more than rideshare. All these things it's not about monetizing. I mean, he owned 1.2 million shares. He's diversifying probably, instead of putting all his eggs in one basket, he's just going, selling some shares. Understood. Like I said, it could be for many reasons. But I am not convinced that it's a good look for a CEO to sell this chunk of shares. About 3 weeks before earnings. As I said, though, it was pre-planned. It was not, it was not something. But then insider selling, insider buying, does say a lot about public companies. When a lot of people are selling, like it's happening on NVIDIA right now, many, many, many top execs, including the CEO, selling shares of NVIDIA because the thing has gone up like 5,000% in the last 3 years. And, justifiably so. They work hard. They're getting their money's worth. The reason we put these things up here is that the earnings discrepancy between a driver and a CEO, obviously. And a lot of drivers in our community, Tim, say, what did he do to deserve this, right? He's screwing the rider, he's screwing the driver. And then, look at him like swimming cash. About 4 months ago, he had a stock option sale in the tune of about another $56 million, which was granted to him from the days of the IPO. So, but with all that said, is he jumping ship? Don't know. We'll find out when he announces anything. But selling 40% of your holdings with one shot is pretty big, from what I know in Wall Street of 30 years. So with that said, please go subscribe to my finance channel. You'll learn a lot. I do Power Hour every Friday, live stream there for about an hour and a half, talk about stocks, options, trading, all kinds of good stuff. So maybe you can get off this hamster wheel called Gig Economy, and then start investing, start saving some money. I'll teach you a lot of good stuff about technical analysis, all that good stuff.
Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
With that said, what do you think? What do you think is happening, Chris?
Well,
Do you think he's jumping?
We were on the phone the other day, and what I said was, I think he's getting ready to leave. I don't think he's going to be CEO anymore. And I had that feeling for a little bit. And I think this is just part of it. I think, he basically did what he was brought on to do, at least, from our angle, whether it's internal, that could be different. He was supposed to right the ship from Travis, who, had a very toxic culture internally, from what we've heard. I mean, we all probably saw that dash cam footage that leaked out, and kind of put him on the front page and kind of got that ball rolling to get him out. So, trying to change the culture. I don't know. I'm not internal, so I don't know. But on the outside, looking in, it seems like it's different compared to how he presents himself. But how he presents himself in interview is going to be a lot different than, in a company. So I don't know about that. But either way, it was basically right the ship, get it back on track, get an IPO, get that to a profitable position, get it to a certain position. He did all of that. Now what? I think they're going to be changing up tactics, and I don't think he's going to be part of that solution going forward very soon.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I don't think he's going to leave imminently, but I think, like you said, he's accomplished, probably had goals when he came to replace Travis, right? And he had goals, and he accomplished many of his goals. Now, we're just a messenger. Don't hate the messenger. We are your advocates. So to me, this is what I would like to say to Mr. Khosrowshahi. Mr. Khosrowshahi, on every video I've done so far, the 5 out of the 8-part series, I've invited you to come on Show Me the Money, okay? Live. Or you can fly me to San Francisco. We can have a sit-down interview at your leisure. No problem. This is what I would like you to do, Mr. Khosrowshahi. This $36 million, okay? Yes, you did some work, obviously. But what I would like to tell you is that for once, if you're leaving, or if whatever, for once, when you do an interview or when you do a CNBC spot after the earnings, which you're going to do, I'm sure, coming up in a couple, 3 weeks, just one time, okay? Just one time. Look into the camera, sincerely say, without drivers, there's no Uber. I want to thank all our drivers to get us here. Because it's been 7 years that you took over from Travis. You have never said that once publicly. Not once. So, just come out and admit it. Because that 36 million was the blood and sweat and tears of drivers doing these trips, getting you there. Because without drivers, there is no Uber. Without drivers, there's no gig economy. I don't care who says what. So with that said, let's not extend it. I don't think he's going to go anywhere anytime soon. But it was a pretty big sale, and it caught my eye because everybody sells shares. Look, their net worth is tied up a lot in these shares, right? And we know the stock market is not the most stable place. And you diversify, I get it, but he's reaping the rewards of his work. So there you go.
Or he's going to buy a new compound and wants the cash on hand.
I don't know, but
who knows? I don't know. Like I say, I think it's towards the end of his tenure, but will it be anytime soon? Who knows? Time will tell.
Don't quit before we do the interview, Dara. Come on now.
Yeah. Before you leave, you need to come on Show Me the Money Club.
Or I'll send in my resume for this new CEO job if it's an opening. I mean, I'll fix this shit right away. Don't worry about it. It won't take me 7 years. First thing I'll do is like lay off half this 33,000 people out the door. Stock will go to like 300.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right. Drive smart, everyone.